everyone, this is Madhavi Andra and welcome back to my channel Achieve Your Dream. So today in this video we'll be discussing about the Occupational Safety Health Working Condition Code 2020. This was one of the code that has been that has been in the new labor laws in 2020 that has been approved by the parliament and also the president has sent in 2020 by replacing few laws that has by existing few existing laws. So already three courses were been discussed, and if you have not watched, please do watch them. And the next, so let's get into the video of this Occupation Safety Health Working Conditions Code 2020. Basically, this Occupation Safety Health and Working Condition Code 2020 was introduced in Lok Sabha and passed by the President on 28 September 2020. The main objective was of this Occupation Safety Health and Working Conditions Code 2020 was to consolidate and amendment the laws regulating the occupational safety, health and working conditions of the persons who are employed in an establishment. This Occupational Safety, Health and Working Condition Code 2020 have replaced the 13 existing laws, that is Factories Act 1948, Mines Act 1952, Dogs Workers Act, that is Safety Health Welfare Act 1986, Building and Other Construction Workers Regulation of Employment and the Conditions of Service Act 1996, Plantation Labor Act 1951, Contract Labor, that is Regulation and Abolishment Act 1970, Interstate Migration Workers, that is Regulation of Employment Conditions of Service Act 1979, and the next is workers, journalists and other newspaper employees, that is workers conditions of service, and the Miscellaneous Provision Act 1955, the Workers' Journalist, that is Fixation of Rates of Wages Act 1958, the Motor Transport Workers Act 1961, the Sales Promotion Employees, the Condition of Service Act 1976, the BD Cigar Workers, that is Conditions of Employment Act 1966, and Scene Workers and Cinema Theatres Workers Act 1981. All these acts were actually replaced, all these 13 acts were replaced in this Occupation Safety Health Worker Conditions Act, Code 2020. In this, firstly, if we consider the key points, the factory, it is to premise that at least 20 employees should work from the process from with the power of 40 employees of the process without power. Okay, the establishment engaged in hazardous activity. This code will be applicable for all the establishment where any hazardous activities is actually covered out the regardless of the number of workers. The working hours, no worker in an establishment will work more than 8 hours to 6 hours a week, 6 days a week, 8 hours in a day and 6 days in a week. Overtime, in case of any overtime, the employee should should get this overtime compensation at least twice than the normal days. If will also be it is also applicable in a smaller establishment that has been which has actually 10 workers. The general discrimination. The code prohibits this discrimination based on the gender and empowers the women workforce. The women employment. Women employed in all the establishment of all types of works will be available before 6 a.m. and beyond 7 p.m. subjected with their concerns, safety, holidays and working hours. If the women are required for this undertaking the dangerous operation, then the employer will provide the adequate safety guards to them in the prior to their employment. Women employment, if we consider this women employment, it says that all the establishment, which means all the companies and all types of works are eligible between 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. for women, and by concerning that the safety and safety, holidays, working hours that should be flexible for the women. With then women also required undertake the dangerous operation by the employer that has been adequate by taking care of all the safeguards from the employer. Employer should explain the woman employee to saying that all the operations and also all the safeguards has been already taken from the will be taken from the company. And the next is right of transgender. It is a mandate for all the establishments to provide the washrooms and bathroom places and locker rooms for male, female, and also the transgender employees. The rights of contractual workers, that is contract workers. Okay, the code actually prohibits the contract labor in a core activities except the normal functioning of an establishment in such that the activity is originally done through the contractor. The activities, and the second is activities such that they do not require the full-time workers from the major position for the day. And the third main right was if there is no sudden increase of volume of work in a core activity which needs to be completed on a specified time. This code will be applicable for the contract labor engaged through the contractor in offices in both central and state government, where the respective government is the principal employer. And the next is interstate migrant workers and also unorganized workers, which means interstate migrant and unorganized workers in short. If there any person who who goes to another place, okay, I'm sorry, who goes to another place and obtain this employment when regarded with interstate migrant worker, that is those kind of people are called migrant, interstate migrant worker. Only those people are earning maximum wages as notified by the central government, which would be considered as interstate migrants. These interstate migrants are entitled to control these benefits, certain benefits such as option to avail the benefits for the public distribution system either in a native place or the state of the employee. And the second is availability of benefits available for the building and other construction cess ground in the state government. And the next is insurance and provident fund benefits should also be given to the workers who have been in this establishment or the company. This both central and state government will also maintain the details of interstate migrant workers in a portal. And the next is social security fund. For the welfare of unorganized workers, the government will establish a social security fund. This and the amount which has been received, or the amount received from the composition of the offences under this code will be actually credited to the fund. It is also funded by the other sources that has been prescribed in the government. Spread over in time introduced in this code. The spread over time was introduced in this code on 19th November 2020 by the Ministry of Labor and Employment. Proposed maximum 12 hours working in a day in including the intervals and occupation safety health work conditions code 2020. It also said that no worker should be required or allowed to work in a company for more than 48 hours in any week. So spread over time refers to the working hours plus the time for lunch and other breakfast. So other small breaks. Okay, this is what the spread over time was. Nothing is spread over time is nothing but any person should not work more than 48 hours in a week, and the working hours should be 48 hours in a week, which includes this time for lunch breaks and all. Okay, and that's it for today. That's it for today, and if you like my video, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day. Bye bye.